Okay, for this week's lesson, you of course will need your Power Rock paper. If for some reason you couldn't print it out, you need to pull up the version that you'd like to use on your screen. Okay, we're going to start with our scale. You might also want a pencil and your cheat sheet if that's a thing that you have. We're going to start with our minor scale, and the rhythm we're going to use kind of goes with the song. So the beat's going to be kind of fast. You can think of it as really slow or really fast, depending on how fast you want to tap your foot. We're going to use this as the beat. Da, da, rest. Da, da, rest. Da, da, rest. Okay, so, or if you don't like tapping your foot that fast, T, T, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so whichever of those you like, but our tongue and our hands still move the same. So this is our minor scale. That means it starts on the second note of your cheat sheet. Flutes, bells, and trombone, we're doing C minor. Clarinets and trumpets, we're doing D minor. Okay, so get in your instruments up position, and I'll count you in. Here we go. Minor scale, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Rest. 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 Backwards. Rest. 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 That's very much in the style of Power Rock, which is why we did the scale that way. So now we're going to move on to our real Power Rock paper and go a little further this week. Okay, we need to talk about some special markings that are on your paper that are sounds that you do not make with your instrument. So let's check it out. Some of you have this right at measures 1, 2, 3, 4, and beyond. Some of you have this starting at measure 5, so let's check it out. Instead of 4 beats of you playing your instrument in a measure, we have 3 sounds and a rest, so let's check it out. How do we tell the difference? Well, it actually says it in words on your paper, but stems down, stomp, stomp. Stem up, clap, and you know what a rest is. And obviously, this is to make the We Will Rock You sound, right? So it would be like stomp, stomp, clap, rest. Rest. The rest is really important, otherwise it sounds like, okay? And we all know the song, right? So that whoever needs to play can play, we will rock you. So your stomp, stomp is rock you. That's the speed that we go. So the trick here is you need to look at your actual Power Rock paper because all the instruments are slightly different, and we need to figure out when to actually pick your instrument up to play. So we're going to work on that in the next part of this video. So don't be afraid of the X's. Just remember, this is actually how drum set parts are written. Stems down, foot, foot, stem up, clap. All right, so let's figure out when we do that in your part of the song. Cheat sheet. Now before we start practicing the stomp, stomp, clap, let's review what we did last week because we're going to have to piece it all together. We're going to start at square 13 where it literally says the word play, okay? And maybe we're going to go a tad bit faster than we went last week. Well, let's talk about how we're going to tap our feet when we're not stomping. So the beat of this song is actually really fast, and sometimes our foot might get tired from tapping that fast, so I'll give you 2 options. It's probably around the metronome might be at 116 if you have it clicking at every beat, but that's kind of fast. So instead of going with my foot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I'm actually going to only tap my foot on 1 and 3, so I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I'm not going any slower with my fingers. That's just to save my foot. And we call that cut time when you don't tap your foot on every single beat. You actually tap your foot on the half notes. So let's try 13. C, D, 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 C, D, D. That's speed. Give me a foot check and a back check. Here we go, 13 stopping at 21. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest. Next line. comes the sort of tricky part. You got to do stomp, stomp, clap. And we need to figure out how many times to do it so we don't do too many or we don't end early. And then you have to go right into playing number 13. So, first of all, let's find the little numbers. Where at the beginning, measure 1, and then a lot of times in a row we have stomp, stomp, clap. So can you scan your eyes through and see if you can find where the stomp, stomp, clap stops? So I see it in measure 1, 2, 3, 4. You see the little numbers? 5, 6, next line, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You need to do it 11 times. The 12th time is for you to get your instrument ready to play. But in real life, I think you kind of got to stop around the 10th time. So what we do while we're stomping and clapping is we need to figure out a way to hold our clarinet. So I just put it right in my left arm and clap like this because you got to be able to get it real fast, okay? So we're going to go kind of slow. Let's do measure 1 with the stomping and clapping all the way to the first note of 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, get your instrument. 12, play the first note of 13. All right, let's dun, dun, dun. So the stomping and clapping is going to seem a little slow, but that's because we're still playing it a little slow. Let's try it. Get your stompers and clappers ready. 1, 2, ready, go. Measure 1. We're going to say the numbers out loud. Measure 2. Measure 3. Measure 4. Other people play measure 5 and 6 and 7, 8, measure 9, 10 to 11. Get your instrument ready. 1, 2, 13, play. Okay, now if you were like, oh, I forgot, and then I jabbed myself in my face with my reed because I didn't leave myself enough room to pick up my instrument. Also, remember that the real song probably goes, so it's a lot faster. You need to pick one foot that's your stomping foot, okay? We're not going to do the double stomp or the left-right stomp. We're going to pick one foot, whichever foot is the strongest, okay? So this time we're going to start at square 5. You can see I was saying the measure numbers out loud. Totally fine. You could do that too. Okay, starting at measure 5, but this time we're going to play. We're going to keep playing at 13, stopping at 21. Okay, so square 5. The square's on the top, right? Square 5 all the way to square 21. That includes picking up your instrument and continuing to play at measure 13. Okay, if this gets a little bit confusing, that's okay. Rewind it and try it again. I'm just giving you something to go with for when you're practicing. Okay, here we go. 5, 1, 2, ready, go. 5 and 6 and 7. I'm singing the other people's parts. Measure 9 to 10. Get your instrument ready. Here is 12. Now 13. Is that you messed up 16 and you might have messed up 19. Those are the hardest parts, right? So what you can do is just isolate 16. Let's do 16 and the first note of 17 a couple times in a row. So find little 16. We're playing the first note of 17 and stopping. Here we go. 16. 1, 2, ready, go. Again, ready, go. So that's called repping, when you do the same thing over and over again, just to train your muscles to do those things. Let's do 19 and 20, because incidentally, people think those are the same as 15 and 16, and they're not. So let's do 19 and 20 a couple times in a row. Here we go, 19 and 20. 1, 2, ready, go. Again, 2, 19, go. Okay, we have one little part left, and then you're halfway done with the song. So the part you haven't played yet is we will rock you, except you guys have the higher harmony. So if you were in chorus in 4th grade, you'll know that not everyone sings the same thing at the same time. The same thing in band. Sometimes we all play at the same time but play different notes, so it sounds really cool. So instead of playing, we will rock you, you guys play, we will rock you. And it sounds really cool with the other instruments. So let's figure out our notes. At 21, it's the same thing twice in a row, so let's say the notes. At 21, I'm going to point. Here we go. 1, 2, 21, say the notes. A, G, F, E, F, F, rest, 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 ready, go. A, G, F, E, F, F. And if you're tapping your foot on all of the beats, you'll notice the F, F is rock you with your foot, okay? Let's try it at 21. Here we go, 21. 1, 2, ready, go. 3, 4, 1, 2, 25, go. Cool, take it back to 19. 19 to 29. Whoa. 19 is not a square, little number 19, all the way to the F, F, and 27. 28 and 29 are rest, right? Here we go. Find little 19, it's on a C. 1, 2, 19, go. 21. 3, 4, next line, 25, go. Cool. Can we take it all the way back to measure 1? This is how you're going to record it. No track yet. Don't try to use the track. I think it's too fast. Okay, just us. And when you're recording your homework, just you. I will give you a metronome marking just so you know how fast to go, but it's going to be the fast quarter note. So I'm going to guess that's like 1/16, but I didn't check yet. Okay, so let's try it. Measure 1 with the stomping and clapping, which means you need to start like this. And we can't like leave any weird pauses in the song. It's like when you're singing, you don't just stop randomly in the middle, right? So if you can't go straight through just yet, that's okay. You practice it a couple times and then you record. Here we go. Measure 1 to 29. Get your stompers and clappers ready. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Measure 1. Measure 2. Measure 3. Measure 4. Measure 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9 to 10, get ready, 11, 2, 3, 4, 12, 2, ready, go. Ready, go. Awesome. That is it. That is your homework. I can't wait to hear your videos, and I hope you enjoy rocking out to Power Rock measures 1 to 29.